Lions handle the Buccaneers 24-9, and they lose Mike Evans. They're already banged up, broken collarbone. Bucky Irving is already out. Like, this is one of those. It was going right, and you're waiting for Godwin and Evans to come back, and now it's not going to happen with Evans with the broken collarbone. I think he got concussed on that as well. But the Lions did what they're supposed to do. The Lions and the Chiefs right now, the two best odds for the Super Bowl. And not surprised at all that they've it took a little while, certainly for the Chiefs. And, the Lions have been there. Tough schedule. But that was a game they had to have. I think if the Buccaneers had won that one, then we would continue to be like, wow, they are real. The Lions had to win that game, it felt like, because you're at home. They have gone, I think the number is 51 consecutive games without losing consecutive games. That's the longest streak in the NFL right now.
Woo! Ow! Stat of the day! Stat of the day! Stat of the day! Stat of the day! This is the stat of the day!
Stat of the day, brought to you by Panini America, the official trading cards of the program. That's why watching the Texans last night with C.J. Stroud. I mean, I don't know how good he is. You can say he's regressing. That offensive line is not good. Not having an offensive line will make every quarterback mortal. Everyone. If you look at Mahomes in 2 Super Bowls, he got humbled. He got embarrassed. He was mortal. Why? He didn't have an offensive line. If Jared Goff played for another team, if he played for the Texans, we'd go, what's wrong with Jared Goff? In Detroit, well, he's got the best left tackle. He's got a really good offensive line, really good weapons. And we go, man, he could be an MVP candidate. That's the difference. Brady, when they blocked for him in the Super Bowl, was unbelievable. When he played against the Giants, they didn't block for him. And he got humbled. That's the difference. I don't care how good your quarterback is, you got to have somebody blocking for him at some point if you're going to be a winner. And if Joe Flacco can get some protection there, just like Jared Goff did last night. Goff didn't play well. He had Jahmyr Gibbs. By the way, this is how it sounded with Jahmyr Gibbs' touchdown run last night.
Forced Tampa to play a little bit tougher than they wanted to.
Goff on first down, hands to Jahmyr Gibbs. There he goes. Foot race, right side. You got no shot at catching that man. 10-5, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions. 78 yards, a bolt of lightning, and the Lions are an extra point away from doubling up their lead.
That was a reminder game where you go, oh, that's right, he's really good. Like, really good.
He had a night.
That's courtesy of The Ticket, the Lions radio network. And when you look at Jahmyr Gibbs and you look at what he does, he's in an interesting category. Players who have averaged 5.3 yards per carry or better in their first 3 NFL seasons, this is since 1970, at least 300 carries. Jamal Charles averaged 6 yards per carry. Achane with the Dolphins averaging 5.5 yards. C.J. Spiller, 5.3. And then Jahmyr Gibbs, 5.3. Bo Jackson, 5.3 as well. I mean, averaging over 5 yards per carry, that is some lofty territory there with Jahmyr Gibbs. But he was wonderful last night. Baker Mayfield did not have a great night, kept waiting for something to happen. Kevin Harlan was on the call for Westwood One. He'll join us next hour. We'll talk about that. I don't know if he was waiting. I kept waiting for something to happen. And then the Mike Evans thing, I mean, that's devastating. You're losing a Hall of Fame receiver before his season really even started. And here's Baker Mayfield upset with the officials.
Still pretty damn confused about the double review. A lot of things in that game that a little questionable, but a lot of frustration at the end of that. I mean, it might be displaced onto John Hussey in the moment, but I work my ass off and I put a lot into this game. So when things that I don't seem are deemed fair, I'm going to let somebody know, and that's good, bad, and different.
Yeah, it can be expensive as well, but he was jawing with the officials there. But that's frustration as well, kind of taking over. But give Detroit credit. I mean, that's a game you got to win against a really good opponent. The Seattle win, I don't know who Seattle is. Like, there's a few teams that I don't know how good they are. I know that defense is good. I know that if Sam Darnold plays mistake-free football, they're going to be in every game. You're 5-2, but I don't know what that 5-2 means, because it can mean different, levels of, wow, they're 5-2 to they're 5-2. They're, wow, can you believe they're 5-2? But Seattle is a tough place to play, and Sam Darnold has done well. I don't know how good the Colts are, but I did say I thought they were a playoff team when we started the season. You're in a bad division, and Danny Dimes has played really well. And they got some playmakers there. Kansas City, I picked Kansas City and Detroit to go to the Super Bowl. Not a big leap there, and I still think those are the two best teams right now. Maybe the Eagles are sort of up and down, never quite sure. Not that vibe you had last year, maybe more like the previous year. It's still there. I just don't get the sense it's all there. Yeah, Marvin.
But having the Eagles work themselves into Chiefs territory as far as, oh, man, they're not playing very well. Let's wait until the playoffs start. Then we'll see how good they are.
Yeah, and same with the Lions. There's a few teams like that. I would always say that about Baltimore. I'd say that about the Chargers. I'd always say that about the Cowboys. Regular season is fun. Postseason, that's for fame. That's where when you do something, that's when you're remembered. Or when you don't do something, that's when you're remembered. Yeah, Paul.
You know who's catching a lot of shrapnel today and this week is the Minnesota Vikings brass. Daniel Jones, who was on the Vikings roster last year, is playing out of his mind. Sam Darnold's playing really well and leading them to good days. And it's like revisionist history. People are saying, man, they should have kept Sam Darnold. Not a lot of people said that last year at the end of the season.
No, you had those two bad games at the end of the year, and they're like, oh, okay, it's done. You know, the whole thing that those are two guys who got started in New York, and when it goes bad in New York, it goes worse than any other city in America, especially if you're a quarterback in those cities. And Sam Darnold was a high pick, so was Daniel Jones. And they failed. And therefore, it's all on them. And then we kicked them to the curb, and, you know, we've kind of got to get used to this reclamation, this comeback that you have with quarterbacks. Now, granted, Sam Darnold got bounced around to a couple of different teams. Danny Dimes just went from, the Giants. He was a backup in Minnesota, didn't get a chance to really play, and now you're with the Colts. And good. Baker Mayfield, same way. I mean, Jared Goff got kicked to the curb by the Rams, when you think about it, because Matthew Stafford was available. Hey, here's the consolation prize. We want you to take some first-round draft picks as well. Will you please take Jared Goff?
He got them to a Super Bowl.
Jared Goff is a good quarterback. Good quarterback. Really good quarterback. But goes back to, you got a good offensive line? I got Sewell there. That I feel a whole lot better when I go to the line of scrimmage where I go, yeah, I got him. And if I'm, Jahmyr Gibbs, I go, yep. I know he's going to take care of one or two people.